Others earlier in the week where concert-goers jumped from great heights and were killed or injured. The Guardian reported that Charles Haddon, the 22-year-old singer of Où Le Swimming Pool, where is the swimming pool, an electropop trio from London, died at the Pukkelpop Festival in Belgium in a jump that followed his band's performance that night. A statement by the festival said that Mr. Haddon had decided to take his own life, adding, "Our thoughts and sympathies go out to his family and friends." Last Wednesday, that would now be 2 Wednesdays ago, I believe, a man at a Fish concert in Wantagh, New York, jumped from the balcony at the Nikon at the Jones Beach Theater and sustained injuries. The following night, a concert-goer at a performance by Swell Season, that's the Glenn Hansard band of The Frames in that film Once, I believe. A concert-goer at one of their shows jumped from the roof at the Mountain Winery in Saratoga, California, onto the stage and was killed. I dug up links to flesh out all of these stories that are, again, kind of bizarre, that they happen in a string. We like to look at the clustering and the copycat effect of things. And again, we're not always ones to say, oh, everything's a conspiracy, but just sometimes you gotta say sinister forces. The last story on MediaMonarchy.com before we jump to cyberspace war for the rest of this episode is the story we covered on the latest NewWorldNextWeek.com. Pay TV subscriptions fall for the first time ever in the U.S. This from Investors Business Daily. The number of subscribers to cable, satellite, and telecom TV services in the U.S. fell for the first time ever in the second quarter of 2010, according to research firm SNL Kagan. The U.S. multi-channel TV market lost 216,000 customers last quarter versus a gain of 378,000 a year ago. The total number of subscribers to cable, satellite, and telecom video fell to 100.1 million in the second quarter. Cable TV lost 711,000 subscribers last quarter. Now, what the analyst from SNL Kagan, Miriam Rondelli, says, quote, although it's tempting to point to over-the-top video as a potential culprit, we believe economic factors such as housing formation and a high unemployment rate contributed to subscriber declines in the second quarter. So essentially, people saying, oh, it's Netflix and DVDs and streaming and all that stuff that's killing it, right? No, it's also that people are being foreclosed upon while this controlled economic demolition happens around all our ears. Fascinating nonetheless, and the recurring theme of so much of this is that we basically need to take the production back into our own hands. Sounds very commie of me, doesn't it? Oh my God. Related update from activistpost.com, The Colony, and post-apocalyptic predictive programming for the whole damn family. The Colony, I believe, reality show that we have mentioned several months back on MediaMonarchy.com, but we don't have time for that. We're going to hop to cyberspacewar.com, the other sister site in the Media Monarchy Kingdom, for the story you had to have heard about. This coming from NBCPhiladelphia.com. Philadelphia attempts $300 business privilege tax on bloggers, or, as I coined, it's always money in Philadelphia. Taking a step closer to an eerie Orwellian state where creativity is crushed in the name of the greater good, the city of Philadelphia is demanding that bloggers pay $300 for the privilege of writing on the internet. This $300 business privilege license is for all local bloggers, even the ones who make no money. The city doesn't stop there. In addition to the $300 for the license to write on the web, bloggers must pay city wage taxes, business privilege taxes, and taxes on any net profits, on top of state and federal taxes, even if the blogger only made $11 over 2 years, this reporting citypaper.net. Blogger Marilyn Bess, whose Miss Philly Organic blog has made her a whopping $50 over the past few years, went to the city's tax amnesty program to explain that she makes pennies on her hobby. They told her to hire an accountant. In an economy where jobs are sparse and people try to make ends meet with part-time jobs, taxing the independent, scrappy freelancers and bloggers seems counterproductive. But the emptying of bloggers' wallets may not be the worst result of these taxes. With the city's charge being more than what most bloggers make, their voices could be silenced, as the extra expense is enough to discourage many from even having a blog. To say that these kind of draconian measures are detrimental to the public discourse would be an understatement, writes the Washington Examiner's Mark Hemingway. So what's next? Higher taxes for longer blogs, cutting the use of vocabulary newspeak style? Oh, 1984, you still scare the shit out of us. That's going to be a theme that's going to pop up in episode 184 coming up. This Orwellian overlay becoming more and more apparent by the day, by the moment. We have a lot of links in this story, and again, this ties in with Internet 2, with a tiered system, with the end of net neutrality, with the Google Verizon deal. They're going to try and shut the little guys out. So that's why we're doing all this, because while we still now have all these great tools at our disposal to say what we believe, say our truth, expressing our First Amendment rights, we're going to use these tools as long as we can. We've got a couple clips on this story. One I uploaded myself that I stole from, I believe, NBCPhiladelphia.com, and you can get that on youtube.com/Media Monarchy. So let's get more on Philadelphia attempting to collect a $300 business privilege tax on bloggers, or as I like, it's always money in Philadelphia.
Call it a blogging tax. Some website bloggers are being sent letters from the city of Philadelphia demanding $300 for a business privilege license. And needless to say, not many people are very happy about this.